You already notice more than you think you do. You just haven't learned to trust it yet. Because nobody actually hides as well as they believe they do. Everyone leaves something behind, in the pause before they answer, in the joke that lands a half second too hard, in the subject they always change. Once you know where to look, you stop hearing what people say and start hearing what they're actually protecting.
First, the face people show you is a job application, not a biography. From the time we're small, we learn which version of ourselves gets approved of. So we build one. Polished, agreeable, easy to be around. That version isn't a lie, exactly. It's more like a uniform. Something worn for safety, not deception. Which means the real information isn't in how someone presents themselves. It's in the moments the uniform slips. Watch for what makes someone tense for just a second. That flicker is worth more than an hour of conversation. Second, what someone can't stop criticizing in others is usually the thing they're avoiding in themselves. Pay attention to the person who can't let go of a topic. The one who brings up someone else's arrogance in every conversation, or can't stop mentioning how fake certain people are. That repetition isn't random. It's usually a mirror pointed the wrong direction.
We tend to notice loudest in other people exactly the thing we're working hardest not to notice in ourselves. So next time someone won't stop critiquing a trait, don't just listen to what they're saying about the other person. Ask what it might be saying about them. Third, the loudest confidence is often the best dressed guilt. You've met this person. Always composed, always certain, never wrong out loud. But watch closely enough and you'll catch the tension underneath, the over-preparation, the way criticism lands harder than it should for someone supposedly so sure of themselves so easily. Real ease doesn't need an audience. So when someone performs confidence a little too consistently, get curious instead of intimidated. Something's usually being covered, not conquered. Fourth, exaggeration is a distress signal wearing a disguise. I don't care what people think. I'm always fine. Absolutes like that rarely describe reality. They describe what someone's trying to convince themselves of. Nobody who's actually unbothered needs to announce it that often. Extremes, in either direction, are usually covering for something unsteady underneath. So when a statement sounds a little too airtight, don't take the words at face value. Ask what volume they're trying to drown out.
Fifth, the person someone tears down is often the person they secretly admire. This one's uncomfortable, but it holds up. Criticism is easier than admiration, because admiration requires admitting you want something you don't currently have. So instead, we find a flaw. We find a reason it doesn't count. The co-worker who mocks the ambitious one. The friend who rolls their eyes at someone's confidence. More often than not, that's not judgment. That's envy, just wearing a different outfit. Sixth, patterns tell the truth that words are trained to hide. People aren't always able to say what actually hurt them, but they'll show you, over and over, through what they repeat. The person who disappears the moment things get real. The person who stays busy specifically to avoid sitting still. The person who connects with everyone briefly and no one deeply. None of that is random. It's closer to a repeated sentence than a personality trait, one that started somewhere long before you showed up.
Here's what all of this actually adds up to. This was never about gaining leverage over anyone. The point was never to outread people like it's a competition. It's that once you start seeing the fear behind the performance, the ego behind the confidence, the wound behind the criticism, you stop reacting to people and start understanding them. And somewhere in learning to read everyone else this closely, you'll notice something unexpected. You start reading yourself the same way. Which patterns are actually yours? Which fears you've been performing around? Because the more clearly you see other people, the harder it gets to stay a stranger to yourself.